As each day goes by, more stories of survival and bravery are emerging. And we're learning about one concert survivor whose life was in danger as she helped the injured.
KCAL 9 Orange County reporter Michele Gile live in Orange with her story. Michelle.
Wendy Carmona was near the exit of that concert when the shots rang out, so she ran. Now, the gunfire, as we know now, went on for 10 minutes. So right away, Wendy jumped into nurse mode. It was outside of a hotel on the Strip that became quickly an outdoor hospital.
So I didn't want them to go in and mess up where the supplies were, run out of supplies, because we only had the one rig.
A UC Irvine Medical Center nurse took charge and kept order at the back of an ambulance after she ran out of the Las Vegas Country Music Festival Sunday night with her husband and another couple. Wendy Carmona explained today how she jumped in and helped coordinate a group of wounded concert goers at a makeshift field hospital that sprung up outside of the Tropicana Hotel.
Because people were panicking, they were hysterical, and it's understandable, and they're with their person and that's their focus. But we also need to think of the whole, and that's where I kicked in.
The nurse of 7 years helped two EMTs triage the gunshot victims, those who'd been trampled and were traumatized. At first, this was happening at the staff entrance at the back of the Tropicana. But when fears of another shooter spread, the group barricaded themselves in a long hallway that doubled as an emergency room.
There was someone that was a paraplegic in a wheelchair. I know she tipped over and was trampled, and so she needed help. And then there were two that came. One had been shot in the back, I think twice, and then there was another one that had been shot through the lung.
What stands out to Wendy Carmona is the dedication of the medical community. Dozens and dozens who came to enjoy a night of music and shifted into work mode, rescuing, treating, and saving the wounded. Another hero in Wendy's eyes is this man, Louis Carmona, her husband. He has no emergency or medical training, but ran back to help who he could.
I think that one of the things he said to me, that the shoes and the stuff left behind on the ground and just having the blood, and that was, I think, very traumatic.
Wendy Carmona and her husband left Las Vegas on Monday. She was back to work on Tuesday, and she's working again today right here behind me on the 4th floor of this trauma center. Live in Orange, I'm Michele Gile. Back to you.